I am the elf and I'm filling in the hole, filling in the hole, fill in the hole. Welcome back to part 2 of our elf novel cavalry based SOVL run. So where we left off, yes, we charged our way through most of Act 1. We cut through quite nicely, we didn't sustain until the very last fight. We basically took no damage whatsoever, save for the spearmen who have valiantly been sustaining casualties throughout to absorb fire for, let's not say they're more valuable units, that's quite rude, they're more centralised units to our army, who definitely aren't doing most of the actual heavy lifting. Yeah, otherwise we've gotten ourselves into a pretty good state, we can just take more fights. So I took a bit more healing last time because I knew we were going to an elite, so I wanted to make sure we were ship-shape for that, but yeah, otherwise the army's in pretty good nick. Up against Von Platen, so a human elite. It's an oxymoron in turn, that's not real at all. So we're going first. I kind of prefer they would be, but okay, that's fine. So there's going to be a mix of things. There might be cavalry, there might be some range stuff, there might be some infantry. So I'm going to hide the dragon behind some tree cover in case so it doesn't get shot to death. Have you kind of here in front of the dragon knights in case there's anything to shoot them. You're there to deal with things. So in case there is any range stuff here, you'll take the brunt of it. If not, then okay. So we have a unit of handgunners, halberdiers, swordsmen with a captain, and there's their block of cavalry. So what we're going to want to do is ideally get our dragon knights into their side. So it might be a bit of a tall order. So hopefully they come forward first, and then I can outposition them. So we'll just see what I can get away with. These Imperial handgunners, of course, have got to go quickly. So can I get close enough? I can get close enough to incinerate them, and I can get close enough to charge them, which is cool. If I just tweak myself a little bit that way. Yeah, the problem with doing that is it gets me into side arc, but I don't think I can quite see them. Okay, I can see them if I do that. Would that be enough to side arc them? Surely that's majority side arc there, so you might get intercepted by this swordsman unit. I don't think it will come around to catch me, so I'll do this, and I'll immediately cook them because it means they get less shots into me. 4 less volleys coming back. Oh, I was lucky there. If I killed one more, I might have accidentally denied myself a charge by shrinking the unit, but no, we got away with it. We'll take that. Before they come, that's not too much of a hassle. I guess I'll just put this unit forward and try and buy a bit of time. Make sure I don't cut off my plan with my Dragon Knights here. They are going to come around to try and hit me, but they didn't quite reach, so that's fine. I'm just going to move these forward and start shooting at them, I guess. Just in case they do charge me, I can just put them into their back or something. Forward they come. Fantastic. This is exactly what I wanted. I waited them out. I stalled until that unit went so I could do this. There you go. I can put them into the side. You have been outpositioned. The cavalry battle is mine. They're going to shoot. In fact, if they were smart, what they could have done is they could have done this unit first, shot them, and then I would have been forced to move first, and it would have had to have been a head-on cavalry versus cavalry charge, which I would probably win due to superior statistics, but there are more of them, so they might not run away. It's just a hassle. So yeah, it went the best way it possibly could, and they did no damage here anyway. Great, that went excellently. Okay, so charges, you can immediately eliminate the handgunners, and you can defeat the Imperial Knights. We show them who's the heavy cavalry boss around here. Slam. Yeah, they've still got their dinky little hand weapons. We've been upgraded to lances. That's going to, yeah, again, lances are great because power 6, where over their defense 5, it's going to really hurt. So they've inched forward in a completely pointless fashion. I'm never going to let them catch me, so just come back a bit. They're coming up good. They're leaving my poor dragon alone, so yeah, just continue to shoot them. They have good defense, so we're not going to be doing a lot of damage here, but never mind. Eventually this will tie this up and win, and then I can sick both units on them. And then this will win, obviously, so we can then careen them round and hit the helmets in the back. I still have a unit, that'll be you and your runaway ability, don't worry about it. Okay, so here we go, so power 6, so 3's but re-rolling, and because we have a great weapon, then I'll be saving on 6+, so yeah, she splatters too. And Skytail goes, we've improved her number of attacks, so good number of hits, and again, yeah, the power of these two are 6 and 7, they're pretty strong, these two, so they just wipe the unit out, not particularly surprising. Okay, over here, we're still superior scale, even against the human elites. I'm using air quotations with my fingers. You could feel it through the comms, surely. Elites. So we're still hitting on 3s, and we get to reroll everything, so you'd expect good hit rolls here. Yep, 10 of 10 is pretty good. And because we've got our lances, we reduce their saves all the way down to 5+. They hit us back, they only got 4 attacks, and they hit every single time, so that's kind of annoying. Yeah, they did incredibly well, those 2 guys, that's irritating. But not enough to save the unit, they're still going to have to go away. Okay, so let's see here. I've got no charges. I could put them all the way into their back, but I'd rather just send the knights in the second. We want to prioritise this one. Yeah, that's not going to help you. You're not going to get to their back this turn, but maybe next turn. You're going to turn to face him, which is good news for me because it makes it very easy for me to, one, put you into their back and then you into their side. I'm hopeful to kill those last 2 because it means they get less side attacks. So turn, shoot. Oh yeah, good shot, Shitel. Excellent. We did an amazing volley from the dragon there. Well done. Our honorary super cavalry unit there, doing well. I'll just get you just out of the way, like so. Turn around. Why not? Yeah, we're clear. I want to make sure that you're still the closest unit, so they stay locked onto you and not then start pestering my dragon knights there. Although we are close now, so they'll probably turn, which is a bit annoying. To prevent that, what I should have done is I probably should have moved the spearmen about there, but okay, we can clean this up and then come back there if I have to. I'm not sending them into the side because halberds are specifically very effective at countering elites because of their ability. They don't get extra power on the charge or even benefit any defense, but they do mean that anything they attack can never save one better than a 4+. So no matter how high your defense is relative to the power of their attacks, your save will always be 4. It's never going to be. It could be worse if you had like defense 2 or something, but never better than a 4. So they're specifically good at killing things with high defense. So big monsters or elite cavalry. So yeah, keep them out of the front arc of halberdiers if you have any say at all. So have you come around here? You're not going to get to the rear this turn, but what I can do is I can get you into a position where they've used an ability on themselves. I'll check that in a second. I'm going to move you so that you're definitely the closest to them, so that they then prioritize you as a target. I'm going to make sure I'm going to get really snug to the unit there. So I'm so close it's now telling me I can't legally park there, so that must be okay, surely. I'm clearly closer. So they used the ability, they used Inspire Valor. What does that do? Activate once per battle, give all units +1 combat score. So they've improved their combat resolution. I'll give you a hint, it's not going to matter. So this is a duel. Elandra Sunfire and Von Platen are going at it in a 1-to-1 because we've got 2 characters here. So I'm going for it. There's no real initiative. You both get to hit each other, so no one goes first or second. But I'm rolling first, so again superior skill. So I hit all 3 times and superior power. So Von Platen immediately takes 2 of her 3 wounds. She's still alive. She hits back. She hits once and does 1 wound. So we're cutting bits off one another, but I've got the edge. Skytail doesn't get involved in the duel. She's, I presume, dismounted and they've kind of separated out in a very gentlemanly or womanly agreement, but Skytail's just going to busy herself munching on the rest of the unit, like so. They hit back, they hit once, and do a wound. Okay, so despite the 2-up save, I managed to roll a 1. That's not going to bother us, and I'll show you why when we get to the end screen. And the Dawnstar Guard here kill another bunch, so you lose by a catastrophic amount and call it a day. No charges, I'll rather deal with this halberdier unit. They do the most annoying thing, they're going to insist on continuing to pester my Dragon Knights here. I'm never going to be able to get round to their flank in that case, am I? No, okay, it's fine. They don't rally, so they'll just flee off so we can ignore them. So we'll start coming around here. Guess what, there's no way you're going to be able to stop me from getting into the back with something. Just roast them. Ouch, that was, again, Skytail really good at incinerating things, it seems. Oh, we still have something I can use, apparently. Oh, these spearmen, hilarious. Just stand there, I guess. Yep, they're routing this turn, so there's really not anything to do. For a bit of fun, then I'll just have the spearmen recharge them. They can't hit me and do any damage, and it just locks them in place. You could, in theory, just spam, skip, and just disregard the whole turn, but that's not very sporting. I want to see the spearmen do something. So we get 4 attacks, 3 hits. killing a halberdier. Well done. Win by 2. And they hold. So what would happen now is they would turn around and execute you. But the fight's over, so I was happy to do that. Now, the reason I wasn't concerned about Skytail taking a wound is that single entity monsters and models always heal back at least 1. So I took 1, and then yeah, I immediately healed it back. So we went from 6 back up to 7. So effectively with dragons and things like that, you only start taking wounds if you take at least 2 or more. 1 is just automatically generated, so we're still fine. Alright, Elandra leveled, we can take more gold, or what I'm actually going to be doing is give her more attacks, because she's got the rerolls and it's amazing synergy. So yeah, turning these two into a real combat menace. And their accompanying spearman doesn't do anything but generate gold, so gold it is. Thanks. I don't care how few of you are, you're perfectly valid as a gold generator. Again, we're down to 2 and 2. I think I'm happy to keep it there for now, though. I'll take the gold because they're still strong enough to get the job done with 4 guys, so that's okay. And we are just about to go into a shop, so a good time to take a load of cash. Okay, so we don't have cavalry, so to speak, but we do have chariot, so that's a good compromise. So still counts as a cavalry unit in my eyes. We're not going to take, so yeah, they're usually great, but we're not going to take archer units this run. So let's focus on you. So the chariot levels, you can improve its defense, which again is crucial because it starts with 5. So again, moving from 5 to 6 is great. We'll go straight up there. So armor plating, it slightly decreases your movement, but they're fast enough anyway, don't worry about it. And then scythe wields is +1 power. That's more questionable because if you have a look at it, they're power 3 to start. They have a hand weapon, so they'll go from power 3 to 4 on a charge. And then they have a crushing charge ability, so they'll go from 4 to 6 because they add 3 power. So buying the scythe wheels moves you from 6 to 7 on the charge. That is useful because if you encounter anything that's defense 4, then you'll be forcing them to save on 6+. So if you encounter any blocks of infantry, so a lot of the blocks with like those swordsmen you encounter, they do get defense, but it's fairly common. It's not difficult to find defense 4, so it's useful. If you counter anything that's defense 6, usually when you're running into monsters, being power 7 is also useful, so it gets you over. So it's not completely worthless, so I am actually going to go ahead and give them side wheels. Okay, other upgrades. I've seen some fantastic ones for the Dragon Knights. We have Cursed Standard, so units have +1 attack each per battle. So for one fight of one combat per battle, you can increase their attacks by 1. So if there's 5 guys, that's 5 extra attacks. It's a huge damage increase. I think it'd be silly not to take it. We also get Cursed Standard, so a bit of extra movement. I'll see if I've got money left over to see if there's anything more pressing I want to do, namely up here. So we have buffs for Elandra, cruelty. Opponent rerolls damage save. So she rerolls her hit roll, and any hits she gets, the enemy would have to reroll successful saves. So a huge damage increase. I think that's fantastic. And then Relentless is just an extra attack. Yeah, sure. That's just a good thing to use. And because we haven't taken any extra units, we still have money left over. So let's come back down here. We'll give you the Banner of Swiftness. Is there anything else I want? I could buy 75 for some like chip damage with a bow. That's probably not worth it. You get 2 shots. That's really not great. That's a lot of gold for chipping a wound here or there on monsters and things could be useful, but I think there's just better things we could spend the money on. 75, we don't have to spend it all, we can save it for more useful stuff later, but having a look. Heavy armor for the spearman? Not really. Banner of Mist, so this is the one that it means if there's enemies shooting at you, you always count as being in cover, so you get -1 range. That's nice. To take less damage, I'll take it if I have the chance. And then I think I'm happy to conserve the rest. Yes, I could buy Unyielding for her, reroll failed damage saves. Not really any point, because the only way she has to use that is if she gets trapped in a duel, because otherwise Skytail is going to be taking all the damage, and if Skytail dies, they get removed from play anyway, so you don't really care, so let's not bother. And in a duel, she's now so potent in combat, I suspect she'll kill everything she touches in 1 turn. So unless you get incredibly unlucky, that would never really come up. It's not useful, so yeah, we'll leave that there. Well, yeah, I think we're in good stead. So yeah, the chariot gets added and all the bells and whistles on it already, so good. It's got its defense, it's got its power. A couple of minor upgrades for, well, I say minor, some pretty great upgrades for the Dragon Knights and Dawnstar Guard, and then Elandra's turned into an absolute monster before we even got out of Act 1. Reroll all of your attacks twice, doesn't work that way, but enemy rerolls all of their defensive rolls. She has a great number of attacks, she has great steel. That's a pretty powerful lord already on a very powerful mount. That's usually I'm concerned when I do this because it takes a while for combat lords to become effective, but that's already gold and you can get your way through the campaign on that, no problem. So let's start. Let's show off how much strength we've got. There's an enemy elf patrol. I don't fancy your chances there, I'm afraid, elf patrol. They're going first, which is fine for us. It just makes out positioning them easier. Again, I'll do my trick. I'll put my... They've got the elf patrol you can kind of give away from the cavalry. It's kind of like us. It's all very fast-moving, hypermobile stuff, but we're just going to outclass them. So we're going to put you backwards and draw out anything here. I guess, yeah, I would rather the chariot draw things because that's just the best unit for it. And then these can all sort of go in the middle to deal with whatever I want them to deal with. Okay, so there's an enemy unit of elf users, an enemy chariot, and elf lancers, the one cavalry unit we don't have, but it's kind of standard heavy cavalry. They're inferior to dragon knights, so don't worry about it. So they've moved to there. The reavers will probably come forward and shoot this, so what I'll do is I'll just waste a turn with this, force them to move. They've moved to there. Now, who do I want to deal with what? You could come around here. That's going to be a bit of a hassle. I think I'd rather the Elandra come hit those because they're pretty tough, and like, as we've seen, they can actually do an annoying amount of damage to a cavalry unit with their 4 attacks. So sending in Skytown Elandra means even if I take some wounds, it's really not going to bother me. I've got 7, and I can probably break the unit in turn anyway. So you can deal with that. If I did that, I need 2 units to come over here. I could front charge the chariot with the reavers and then take a heal on the reavers anyway, because I probably will do, so that seems reasonable. So I can't quite get my shot off it, and then they'll come forward and I'm hoping to catch them with a side charge with the dragon knights. I don't think this works actually, because think about it, what would end up happening is they'll get to here, but that annoying chariot's going to see my knights and I'm not going to be able to... Can I get the reavers into their side? Probably not, let's be honest, that's a bit of a reach. This is slightly mucked up the positioning here, I'm afraid. I need the dragon to come over this way. I guess what I could do is I could send the reavers and the chariot into them. I'll take a lot of damage. That's kind of a... No, I'd much rather do it this way. That's a lot of damage to be taken unnecessarily. Come over here. Roast them. This is pretty irrelevant. It's just a bit of chip damage, I guess. Forward they come. So yes, they are in ripe to be flanked territory here, but they're kind of annoyingly well covered by that unit. They see all of that. So how would I get to there? I'd have to push all the way through somehow. This wood is going to stop me. Ordinarily I'd be able to get to a decent position, but they've covered themselves actually very cleverly here. What I could do is I guess I could when they charge this unit I could flee them, and then they'll come barreling forward like idiots, and I could just catch. So the 2 spearmen really don't matter to me. I just have them leave the field. They're not going to do anything otherwise. So I'll pre-position you to account for it. So when they do flee, I can just have you there ready to pounce on them. So, and then you can start getting ready to come over here and surround this chariot. 1 wound already. Good start. And I'll come up here. And you get around this annoying wood to come over and help this, because you're not really going to need any help. 2. Okay, so my charges will just be, yeah, that's going to happen. What I can do, I think, yes, so if you hover your unit when it's being charged, you can declare a flee. Now, obviously, in this case, I'm going to flee straight off the field, but I'm fine with that because they will die anyway, so you might as well just get rid of them. And then they'll come, when the enemy unit declares a charge and flee, they're still forced to do the charge move. So they'll get to, like, here, and then they're just free to be executed by my unit. You're obviously going to take them out. All I've got, and yeah, now it's effortless to execute them. So you inch forward, like to bother me there, but guess what? I don't care because this is going to happen now. Probably get I can get all the way into their rear arc, which is nice. Okay, and let's dance around these. Get a side charge on no problem. Let's get a bit close to get a close range shot. 3+. Good start. 3 wounds left means when I go in I can almost certainly kill it. And then you can come here. Now they're gonna, because I've taken the extra armor, I'm actually slower than they are, so you see I don't quite get close. So if I move, so I've just moved into theirs, but I'm still out of my charge range, so the cost of me taking the extra defense. But I'm not charging you anyway, I'm just going to get ready for next turn, so don't worry about it. There's nothing for you to do because my fleeing guy around the field. Here, okay, so we hit on 3s but re-rolling. 5 attacks, which is 5 of 5 hits, and then 5 up saves, but they have to re-roll and they fail any balls, so they take 5 wounds. Skytail then goes. It's another couple times. Another 3 wounds, so they lose by a lot. 3 hits back, but we get a 2-up save because they're measly defense power 3 against defense 6, so they get nothing and they run away. Yeah, it's just a devastating unit in their own right now. Okay, so let's rear charge here. And yes, I could side charge this. I'm actually going to hold off a moment because I would prefer my chariot be the one that completes the charge. And yeah, because they're going to do this foolishly and just give it to me for free, which I knew was coming. So you're going to do that. I'm going to side charge them there. The reason is if I do take a wound on the chariot, I'll just heal anyway. Whereas if I take wounds on these, it's a lot more of a hassle. You end up taking damage unnecessarily, so we'll leave that there. We're going to use our curse standard on our Dragon Knights now. So we've gone from 2 attacks each to 3 attacks each. So yeah, they're definitely dead. You might as well shoot them while you have the chance. Take a bit extra damage. Or not. And then Elandra can start making her way back over here eventually. So eventually she's almost there already. Let's start defeating, let's show these Reavers who's boss. So 7 hits, which is actually 10 hits. And then we're power 6 now, so we instantly kill the whole squad. All 10 wounds. Ouch. Sorry guys. They're going to charge me, but not really. They're running away this turn, so yeah, just confirm. And skip everything else, we'll see how the chariot does. So there's the one downside to chariots is their consistency. So we went from 3 attacks to 5 because of the charge, but we're having equal skills. So we're going to hit on 4s. 3 hits is okay, and then we've got better power. We do 2 wounds, so it's still alive. 1 hit back, which is no damage. Okay, we win by 2 plus a flank for 3, and they run. They're not great in terms of damage. Relative to a standard cavalry unit, their damage output isn't fantastic. Okay, so gold rise. So the ones at full HP will obviously just take gold. Do I want to improve these numbers for the upcoming boss? I think I'm happy with the Reavers to take gold. And then do I really care? Am I going to use, if I moved it from 3 to 7 spears, would I start using it offensively? No, just take the 19 gold. The Dragon Knights are a more interesting proposition. Can I get by with 4 of them? Probably, yeah. There's not a huge benefit in me. The extra guy is nice, but with the curse standard and a flank charge, you should just break anything you move into anyway, so let's be greedy. We have got a boss coming up, but I'm going to be greedy and take the extra gold. Yeah, we're rich, we're slightly beleaguered, but we're playing it a little bit cagey, where we are as greedy as possible with our caching. Because we've got a low number of units, but they're very elite, we can't generate gold by having a bunch of guys. We need to like click gold on the few units we have constantly. So I'm going first, which is fine. We'll put you in front. You can fly over the terrain. You on the flank to come bother something. You on the flank, and just you there-ish, I suppose, will do. This war. Okay, so they have some annoying artillery we're going to have to deal with very quickly. So this hard counters us because these bolt throwers have the lethal shots ability. Any attack deals 2 times wounds against multi-wound targets. So if that were to say shoot us and get 2 hits and 2 wounds, I wouldn't take 2 wounds and lose 1 Dragon Knight. I would instantly lose 2 Dragon Knights outright because they do 2 wounds per hit. So effectively, cavalry and elite killers, they're quite a hassle. So I'm going to pass because I can't stop them shooting. They're going to shoot. Actually, what I can do is I can shove these spearmen up first. So again, I can hopefully draw the ire of their ranged attacks. So he can't see anything because he's stuck behind a wood. And yeah, I don't want him shooting my Reavers, so please shoot that spearman unit for me. Oh, you're going to get stuck in combat immediately. Now he can't because you've blocked the line of sight, you idiot. Okay. Never mind, Reavers, you're not long for this world. Okay, how do we want to do this? I could save them by putting my dragon into their side and just chopping through the unit, probably. It's not bad. Well, no, they're going to get engaged by that one anyway. I really need to deal with these quickly. So they're going to come forward and hopefully get flanked, and I can start dancing around these. We can ignore that one because it's terribly positioned itself behind a wood, and it's... I don't think they can reposition, so artillery pieces have to make a choice. They can either shoot a turn or they can move. That's the reposition ability. So the AI basically always chooses to shoot, even if it doesn't have any valid targets, but they never reposition or move. So yeah, that's stuck back there doing nothing basically forever. So prioritize that one. The way we would handle it is by either putting the dragon or the Reavers in there. Can I get into its side arc with the Reavers? Yes, easily. The downside to this approach, of course, I'm afraid, is that it gets to shoot us first. So we're going to probably die. It's going to do severe damage, so I'm going to let them shoot Skytail. It sucks, but it's better than... They won't kill it outright. Skytail's got too many wounds, so I'll put Skytail into the flank of that unit after I barbecue it. Or not, they rolled amazing saves. They're going to move there. Interesting, they're going to move those first. Okay, so I'm just going to scoot around, go to the flank here. Like so, so I can reach. The risk to doing this is that I might be caught by that unit as it comes forward. So let's try and get as far this way as I can when I do that. So I can, they can't, it's hard to see because of the white on blue, but they can't quite see me there. And I can clearly see them, so I've made it, and it's a side charge. And there's no way they're going to be able to interfere with me, so we're okay, I think. Yep, take that. There again, just wasting time with silly moves. I'm going to force them to do this stupid bolt thrower at some point, so you're going to go into the side. I need something to distract that unit, so I'm just going to use the chariot here. Yes, I could put the chariot into the side of this unit and save the spearmen. I'm not fussed, you can kill the spearmen if you want, they don't matter to me. They're a vestigial part of this run, let's be honest. Just in case I can't churn, I'm going to move you into a position where you can maybe catch those as well, in case something goes wrong with that charge. Oh, you know what I've done? I've just killed the chariot, because they're definitely going to get caught by that unit now. Okay, we'll see what a front charge from a chariot looks like, I guess, into this unit. So, right, there we are. Thunk, there you go. You shot Skytail. You did no wounds. Fantastic, perfect outcome for me. Forward these reavers go. Get into hopefully the side arc. Yes, easily we can see them, so we can kill that one, and then because we'll be facing that way, we should hopefully be able to immediately charge into that one as well. So we'll daisy chain the bolt throwers. And yeah, you might as well take a shot at it, see if you can do some damage. The reason we'll be hitting on 5s there is because these have protected crew. All artillery do this, so they always count as being in cover. I guess it's the crew hiding behind the actual artillery itself as you try shooting into them, so you can intercept that for me. You're going to die. Suck it up. It's but a flesh wound, you can take them head on. Kill these. And that's my entire army engaged, effectively. I chose not to charge back because I'd actually rather they move forward. Great. There's literally nothing I can do. Oh, they can use their curse standard. Yeah, use it now. You're not really going to be... Well, would you rather save it for when you have to inevitably engage that big, ugly unit of elf nobles and weapon masters? Probably, yeah. Oh, but the risk is that they're definitely going to kill this chariot. If I get stuck in combat here, then they're going to turn and hit me in the back, and I'm going to lose both units. So I can't risk it. I've got to get these out of the way right now. Nothing for you to do. Oh, I could have maybe... Oh, I could have fled the spearmen. Oh, I did forgot about that. Unfortunate. Okay, so Prince Ias here also has the Elven Mastery ability, much like Elandra, so they're re-rolling. There's 2 wounds to the chariot on his own, and then the Weapon Masters also are all Elven Masters, so they all get to re-roll. They hit 11 times, they instantly kill the chariot, not surprising. Hitting back, might just kill a couple of them. Fine, whatever. Yeah, okay, Elandra's going to go. Freeze, all hits, and then power 6, so 5s. They roll fantastically, and then I force them to re-roll because of cruelty, and they fail everyone. That's the power of cruelty there. Skytail, yeah, going to munch a couple more of them. That's enough to easily break the unit. No damage. Win by 9, so away you go. Here, these are some dead spearmen because I... Oh, there's only one died, interesting. Hey, it's a draw, they're going to hold combat, that's amazing. Yeah, can I dispose of this bolt thrower in a 1 turn? So yeah, but to speed up dice rolls like you see I'm doing, just hold the spacebar if you know it's pretty rote and you just want to get through quickly. Okay, so they hold, which is annoying. And then here, I really need these Elf Lancers to go away. 7 of 12, which is 11 of 12, excellent. And yeah, that's... Oh, they rolled a lot of 6s annoyingly, so they might hold on. They do no wounds. Okay, 7 and I've got Discipline 8, that should be enough to get rid of them. Good. Away with you. Right, I've got some choices now. So annoyingly, because that bolt thrower held on, I can't get into there, but what I can do is deal with them with that unit. That's probably the way to go, because saving those 2 spearmen doesn't really interest me, but preventing the bolt thrower from executing a load of Dragon Knights is a lot more useful. So kill that for me. You're stuck there for now. Once you kill that, you can come around here and help them, and you can dance around this unit for a while. Very good. They're going to turn that way. Again, there's nothing really for you to do, so I'm just done. Okay, so they have rallied, so I know what's going on there. I'm going to wait for these to clear up, so I'm just going to move around with the Dragon Knights for now. Yeah, I could get a flank here immediately where I so inclined, but just this is quite a strong unit, so we'll give ourselves some time. Dead, yes, we don't particularly care. Over here, can we kill this? No, it's they have a wound left, and they even killed one of ours. We drew combat with the bolt thrower. That's embarrassing. Here, this is probably more consistent. Yeah, Elandra kills it single-handedly. Skytail is just there for emotional support. Take no damage, not surprising. Okay, next turn you'll be able to get through that. No charges for me. Can I get a front charge? No thanks. They're forced to go first, which is good. I can pass, excellent. Okay, so they're inevitably going to try. I'm not willing to risk. How risky do you want to be? I could turn, shoot this one. Presume they're going to do a single wound to that bloody bolt thrower and get on the move. Move over to here, side charge that, break them. And then when they turn to face me, I can have them recharge them. It's a risky play, but I think I can risk it. Not going to be a lot of spearmen left though, to be fair, so it's not exactly the end of the world if it doesn't work. You through here somehow, like that, so get into the side of those spearmen. You're going to continue to pester my poor Dragon Knights. It's never going to happen, guys. Leave it. So I can't quite get into the. I'm not willing to take on these even a side because they can do the Elf Noble and a lot of attacks and really they hit very well, so they'll probably get me. Yeah, we got it. Take another wound for our trouble, but we got it. Okay, so Alandra's going to kill this for us. And none here, and that's a front, so not yet. Turn, which is a piece of cake for me. Does exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah, and then you're going to hit them in the back next turn. You're still trying to catch these, which I'm not going to let you do, let's be honest. Yeah, I have the banner of swiftness, but it's not quite enough to let you get all the way around them in the back, which is fair enough, isn't it? Get too strong otherwise. Landra hits 4 or 5 times. They would save on 5s. Okay, so 6 from 5 still good. And Skytail, decent-ish hits. Okay, another 3. Might take some damage back. Nope, we didn't roll a 1. Lose by a lot, but they rolled double 1 to stay in, so I stuck with them. Okay, not the end of the world, honestly. We've probably done that quite easily anyway. They're going to charge us, but because I can recharge them, it's an intercept, so theirs get killed. Yep. Okay, so I guess we're just going to play ring around the rosies here for a bit longer than I thought. It's fine. Maybe if I'm really precise, I can get my desired rear charge. I can just about see them. And I'm majority... Actually, I can do it, I think. That worked. Excellent. Might be able to get away with it. You've got nothing to do there, so that's fine. Landra still 5 attacks hitting them all, and it's still 5s forcing them to reroll, so maybe she kills another 3. And then Skytail. Lost a bit of power, so they save on 5s, not 6s now, but still enough to munch most of the unit. Take no damage because they're just chipping at us. Dragon Scale is far too hard to be bothered by minuscule spear attacks. And this, can I defeat the spearman unit? No, okay, so they're going to turn and engage in ridiculous combat there. So we've managed to pull this off. There you go, you get your reward at last. I'm not going to bother with that, I'd rather help deal with these. Pass. Do they rally? Yes, they do rally. So what I'll do is before I move this, I'll use the Flame Breath. Okay, so we come on. So they got the benefit. The way cover works is against random dice is that with normal attacks it's just -1 to hit, but with random dice number of attacks, it will just be the roll and then it'll subtract 1 from whatever it is. So that will be 3 and 2, which is 5, but you see it's 5 minus 2, so we got 3, but they failed all 3 and the 2 guys died anyway. So this is the one that will probably need help. I don't really care if that Reaver unit embarrassingly loses against the Spearman, but yeah, this would kind of suck, so let's get over here. 2 hits, no casualties. Okay, it's a draw. Great. Wet noodles there, just going to touch each other. We only get 8 attacks now, but we still get to reroll. And we kill quite a few Swordmasters, which isn't bad. They don't hold because you've been charged by very powerful heavy cavalry, let's be fair. I guess I could just do that again, but why? Actually, not charging... Yeah, it gives me an opportunity to cook them with Flame Breath first, which is probably a better idea. What I'll do then is I'll move you round this way, get you into the side. Flame Breath them. 3 less. Hope for 1 more because then it reduces their attacks. And then you can go in the flank and side. Like so. Can you defeat the Spearmen? Nope, still 1 left. And it's a draw again because they killed yet another horseman. I know Spearmen are, in theory, meant to counter horsemen, but this is getting ridiculous. We're routing this turn. There's not really any point in taking the combat because you just take some wounds for nothing, but simultaneously I won't take enough to care, so let's just, out of petty malice, slaughter that unit in its entirety. Okay, there we got him. Take that. Yeah, they're only light cav, to be fair. After they lose the charge, you can't really expect them to do a whole lot. Okay, so we have a duel. So Elandra's going to show Prince Ayas who's boss. We have equal skill, so we're forced to hit, but we're both Elven Masters, so we're going to be re-rolling all of our stuff. So 2, which is actually 4. And then I'm superior power to theirs, so takes 3 wounds and he's dead. He's only got 3 wounds. He hits me all 3 times, so he does well himself. And I take 2 wounds, but I've got 3, so Elandra's still alive. So that's an illustration. Now, the only reason I would lose Elandra is if I took all 3 attacks. So enemy lords typically only have about 3 attacks, so they'd have to hit and wound me every single time, which is just unlikely. Even that one, yeah. So she's alive on 1 wound, but there would be nothing left in the enemy army that would ever be able to engage her in direct combat, so she's basically safe. Just like if we were still continuing on, so they're all dead. And that's the Act 1 boss fully annihilated. Obviously took some nasty casualties there, so we're going to have to attend to this. Bunch of levels as well, so Skytail the Ancient Dragon leveled. Skill 6 is nice, but it's a bit niche. It's only relevant if you come up against enemy skill 5 stuff, which we won't be doing until deep into the campaign, so just take Looter for now. You'll be generating a lot of gold for us. The spears are a single spearman. Okay, I'll come back to that. Reavers. Oh, here we go. So we got what I wanted. So the reason why we went down the Elf Steed Mastery path is because once you get to 2, you get a permanent charge bonus of +1 attack. So whenever we charge anything, we go from attacks 2 to attacks 3. That is a huge damage increase. It's a fantastic upgrade. So you want to go for that specifically. And then the Dragon Knight's leveled. Again, skill 5 to 6 is a bit too niche to bother. So just take more points into Looter. And the Chariot leveled. I think you can eventually benefit from 2 as well. So, I mean, it also counteract the fact that we've already reduced his defense. So, yeah, going with the speed is nice. Okay, now the Chariot fortunately heals 3 wounds every time. So it's basically back up to full HP. The Dragon Knights at 4 are probably still good enough to break any unit they come into contact with. So we'll leave you there. The Reavers at 3 do need 3's not viable. You need an extra set of hands there to help you. And the Spearman, I think I'm happy to, yeah, let's just give him this fight. It's ridiculous having that few guys. So there's our army now. So otherwise, yeah, much the same. Just I'm going to slowly build up the number of Spearmen, and then we can kind of gauge how are we going to do this as we go through. So what we want to aim for, ideally, as we go through the campaign on this is the Act 2 screen. So you want to aim for this. Why is that? Well, the reason usually you avoid campsites. However, in this case, you would benefit from them because after the last round of armories here, there's no more ability or any option to spend any gold. So what would be the point after that point in taking any fights? You'll just end up completely wasting your own time. In fact, you'll just cripple yourself as you go into the boss. Yes, you'll get a round of XP. However, you can also get XP from the campsite. So campsites are just objectively better in that they heal your guys. And then you're given a choice between either a point of XP or a second round of healing, which is like the best possible outcome before a final boss. You can heal your army up to its full strength. So you want to aim to there. But before that, of course, you still want to adopt the strategy of taking as many fights as possible. So I think we can go fight, 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 shop. You get a random event there. So that's unfortunate. You would have loved to have gone down here, and you could have taken a long line of battles here. Alternatively, you can come up here. There's some elites we can go through. Elites in Act 2 are really, really punishing. They're kind of not worth dealing with for the amount of gold you get out of it. So we'll probably try and avoid those. Yeah, they're good for gold generation, but you get enough out of standard battles anyway in there. A lot of hardship you bear for not much in return relative to a standard fight. So we go fight, 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 shop, random event. There's no way to get up there once this is the break point. So we could take one elite. Oh, the only way to get to that is by dragging ourselves through a double elite bringer. That's painful. Okay, so I think we might have to suck it up and do that then, because it's worth it to get to there. So if you go fight, random event, fight. Taking a random event's nice because we can kind of just see what it is. Or we can go this way. So it amounts to the same. So it's 2 random events. You can take a rest instead of the camp if you're worried about taking too much damage. So you can get to here, and then we can gauge how much of a kicking we've taken. If we need to go down this way to get to the campsite, or okay, we're perfectly healthy, let's go and take the elite. We'll get stuck in a double elite ringer, or you can go this way. Not that way, it's too many random events, so it's either this one or this one. And between the two, oh, the extra gold before the shop is really nice though. I think this one is the option we'll take. We'll go there, go through this really hard patch here, but just suck it up, be a man about it. Go there and give yourself a choice. Now we'll do it the hard way. Come on, we're strong. We're mighty. Elandra's mighty cavalry army knows no fear. We'll go down the harder path. So yeah, we'll take more combat down this way. Deepwood Protectors. They're going first. That's fine by me. They'll have a little bit of shooting we have to contend with. So let's put you on the flank. You're fast. You on that flank. You on the flank, but a bit further forward in case they have any shooting. So they target you first. That would be convenient. You can go in the middle because you can fly over that rock if you need to, and then you just sort of there-ish. And unfortunately, the Deepwood are one of the armies that don't have their models kind of pasted in yet. So yeah, they're immediately going to shoot my poor spearmen. You valiantly tank the damage for our more valuable units. Thank you, your sacrifice is appreciated. I'm going to pass because I want to see what they do. I shoot my spearmen again, and they're all dead. Okay, well, you've served your function admirably there. You've taken away the entirety of their ranged output. We have an eagle moving over, so what's going to happen is they're going to inch forward. They're going to come forward close enough to hit me, but then I can move backwards, shoot them, and then charge them in the front and deny them their... So they only get 3 attacks. They have terrible skill. They have pretty terrible power, so they won't really do anything. So I think you can handle that one, no problem. So I'm going to have you kill the eagle for me. Doing this. There, you've gotten into the... You've gotten into its side arc. There's nothing I can do about it. That's good. Okay, that doesn't really bother me. They're going to come barreling forward in a second, and I'm going to hedge and force them to move. So let's have the dragon move over here. Start eliminating these pesky archers. Yes, I'll be in... if I go straight that way, can I get to side arc? No, you have to angle it a bit more like this. That's in the rock. You can pass through terrain, but you can't end in it. So, okay, I can reach the side of that one by doing this, it seems. Put you into the archers, and then I can't daisy chain them together, unfortunately, so I'll have to be happy with killing that one. They'll get a round of shooting into me, but the power 3 and defense 6 I'll basically bounce off, so that should be okay. So I'll go to there. I'll cook that one while I fly over to reduce its damage output. Why not? They've managed to hedge long enough such that I'm not going to be able to outposition them with that unit. Oh well. Oh, but annoyingly they have reached my poor okay, there's a way around that. I just have to move them up here to... I was going to say I just have to move up there to get into the flank, but they're going to make that hard as well. If I get up here... Oh, I can't escape that way. Oh, bollocks, this is annoying. I don't think I'm going to be able to do what I want here. It's really quite irritating. I can get out, certainly, but that leaves my poor chariot basically behind. How do I prevent this irritating chariot from charging me? I think I don't quite have the movement, even with my great movement capacity. I can get to the side, but I can't rear flank charge them. It's somewhat passing an irritant. No, I can't quite do it. If I go any further backwards, I end up into their charge range. So yeah, they can clearly see me there. But if I go to 0.3, we can't see each other. I can't catch them. Let's try again. Let's try it. So 16.8. Does that make it better or worse for me? Worse. I'm even further away from where I need to be now. 0.4 doesn't work. 0.7. Oh. No, this isn't going to work, I'm afraid, no matter how I do it. 7.0. Get all the way to the side. And not quite. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's so close. Okay, if I do 7.1, maybe that'll do it. That. Get really tight. Oh, I'm just a bit too close. Yeah, they can see me there. If I go to 0.2, 0.2, I think that's okay. I can see them, and that chariot. It appears that it can't quite see me. I'm willing to give it a go. Worst case scenario is I take them on the front and take a bit of damage. Suck it up. Oh, they did get to out positioning. That's excellent. Oh, they magically did. They came forward and just managed to plink off a Dragonite. That's irritating. Fine, we'll kill you all in recompense. Right, let's see if we manage to pixel cheat our way over that problem. Yeah, I don't think they declared on us, which is great, so intercept them there. Kill the eagle. Kill these riders. And kill these annoying archers. Annoyingly, that leaves no... They're going to hit something and kill something, but suck it up. My entire hypermobile army engages. You can use your curse... yeah, why not? But there's not a lot of you left now, so you need the curse standard. You're going to turn and do nothing. It's hilarious. Nothing to do there. You're in a bit of trouble, I'm afraid. Okay, so we have the extra attack now because we charged. We have Steed Mastery 2, so we go 3 attacks each, so 15 attacks. 9 hits, which is... We only did 2... Wow, okay. Great saving throw from them. They do nothing in return, but we basically bounce off. Still enough to get them to reconsider their life choices, though. Here, can we defeat an eagle? I kind of want it to actually stay alive, because it means I don't end up getting charged. They can't... Well, they might be in... Oh no, they're in front arc, so if the eagle holds on, that's a miracle, because it means I'm not going to end up taking more damage. Bollocks, it ran away anyway. You cretin, couldn't you hold on and spare my poor chariot? So we have 9 attacks now because of curse standard, so 3s re-rolling, 7 hits, and then, yeah, we're more than 3 over their defense, so 6s. They do nothing in return. And they've also decided that it's probably best to consider their holiday. 3s, Elandra hits every single time, and then 6s, she kills every single time. Consistency queen there. Skytail also kills. Oh, Elandra killed more than Skytail. They've been outcompeted. Take 1 wound, which we know is effectively 0 wounds against a monster who will just heal it, so don't worry. We are going to take a volley from that archer, but suck it up. Okay, you can't possibly avoid being charged by this unit, so just take it. I could avoid being shot by the archers by doing this charge, but then they'll just shoot the Dragon Knights, which is in no way preferable. I'd rather they shoot Skytail, so just leave it to it. Me first. Okay, I'll move you around such that if they're still engaged in combat here, you need to get around in such a way that you get out there. Okay, let's just move far. I don't want to get stuck in their charge range like a fool. Nothing for me to shoot. Okay, we take a lot of hits, 9 of 11, so yeah, we have to rely on our 2-up saves. 1 wound, I think we can live with it. And now my turn. Can we get to, well, before I go, let's roast this unit in case they rally. Very good. Let's see if I can get to the flank of this. Probably not, it's a bit too far. Yeah, that's not happening, it's going to have to be on the front. Honestly, fine. It's not the end of the world. They don't rally, they've had enough, it seems. come up here. I don't think you can quite... Oh, you can reach the side, so I can do... Just twist a little bit more. There you go, like that. So we can side and front charge the archers and really convince them to go away. The eagle is also running away, that's fine. Okay, can you defeat a unit of dancers? I'm going to spoil it. No, they're way too... They've got far too much damage output. They'll just instantly kill it. Oh, but I'm defense 6, so I have a 2-up save, so we actually rolled quite well. Well done. You'll die next turn, but it's you holding them in place for a turn is really good because it makes flanking quite easy. Yeah, let's eliminate this unit of archers now. And you're going to get around to a flank. That chariot has kindly delivered to you free of charge. And then, yeah, you take, because they've all got Elven Mastery, so even with a 2-up save, you're still going to struggle to stay in, I'm afraid. This is considerably easier, though. Yes, they all die. Sky Tail eats another 3. We take our wound, which is, okay, we're on 6 of 7 after the healing, we're basically fine. You can't kill a Dragon Knight with only 1 attack, so I wasn't concerned about putting them in there. Okay, they're routing this turn. In that case, I'm not going to charge the Reavers in, because it just gives them a chance to kill one for no reason, so we'll just stand here. Yeah, they turn. It's the fight. Look, this fight ends after this round anyway, so yeah, just lame it out and wait for a bit. Come over here and roast them. Yeah. Burning Wood Elves. That somehow seems very fitting. Over to there. And that's it. They're routing this turn, so they've had enough. Alright, so some... Yeah, again, the chariot typically dying. We don't really care. Okay, so Elijah's leveled up. Oh, recruit is nice. Okay, so yeah, wounds and discipline we don't really care. So when we go to the next armory, when we buy another unit, it will immediately have an extra level up. So you start level, so you don't start at 0, which is a big deal because the level ups actually do represent a big power increase. So that's kind of nice. And her accompanying spearman, I really don't care. Just generate more gold. That's all you're there for. In fact, even at 2, I'm still going to have you take gold because 27 is worth a lot more than having like 4 extra spearmen running around. You're there to sustain some fire. You're on 5. That's fine. Whatever. Just take your healing. You're full out. You're okay. Dragon Knights being down at 3 is a bit too low. I'm going to have to forfeit that nice stack of cash there and take that. And you're going to go up to what is effectively full wounds. Okay, so otherwise, yeah, we're still limping around with our beleaguered spearmen, but you're doing well. You're there just to generate gold. This is a cavalry and hyper mobile run, so just you're contributing to the team in spectacular fashion. You're excellent team players, Elandra's keepers. Well done. The MVP award for most useful to the team. Okay, but I think we'll call that there. We've made some good progress. We cleared out Act 1, start to fight our way through Act 2. If you're enjoying the run, please do like and subscribe. It helps the channel immensely, and I do really appreciate it. If you have any notes for what you'd like to see in a SOVL run, do let me know. I'm aware I'm really not using the Elf Nobles rallying cry ability well at all. Fleeing is not a part of my kind of repertoire in terms of play because I learned to play the game before the fleeing mechanic was implemented. So it's just I haven't internalized it very well at all. There have been a couple times we've already seen where you could have probably benefited from it, but I'll actively try and consider it and take it on board in the next part. So let's just pay attention and see if I've managed to adapt somehow. But otherwise, if you've got any other notes, please do let me know. Or if you have any kind of ideas for future runs, then by all means drop a comment down in the comment section. I take the time to read it all, so if you leave it there, it will be seen. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.